Hello, it is August 2022, and we are back to break down all of doTERRA specials for you this month. We have our power team. I mean, because right? Aren't we the ones we're the ones who come up every month because we get excited about the specials and what they're going to be and helping you guys to figure out the best ways to get them. I'd like to introduce our dear friends, Miss Diana Webb from Wellness is Essential.
Happy August.
Happy August. And of course, our wonderful partner and friend, Miss Joan from BosqueOm Essentials.
Hello, everyone. Fall is almost here. Almost.
We're getting there. We're getting there. And I am Kari from RavensNestEssentials. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We will put our contact information in the description box or wherever it is that this is being posted. We'll be sure that that information is there for you. But with that, we are going to jump right into talking about how cool August is going to be for us. We have an exclusive oil that we're going to get for free in our red Mandarin when we order our LRP this month. Don't worry, we're going to explain more about that. And then we have Helichrysum. Guys, do you ever remember Helichrysum being on sale? I was racking my brain. I was like, I feel like, now I know my Helichrysum Touch. We have had that come up during the holidays, which I love the Touch. The Touch has so many great uses, but there's oftentimes still where I need Helichrysum, especially when we talk, well, later we'll talk about it, but when you have some cuts and scrapes and things that you really want to deal with right away, or adding it into a blend that you're making like a veggie cap with, I really like to have a 5 ml, just undiluted Helichrysum. And this is a chance to get it on sale, which again, I since 2017, I can't think of it have ever been on a discount. So we're going to dive into these with our product of the month, which is going to be the red Mandarin. So if you are a person who already has your membership or your online account, all that is basically like, I don't know, compare it to something like Amazon. Seems to be the easiest way to compare it, right? You go online, you have a membership or you have an account set up and you place orders. But you also have something like Prime, right? That like, hey, you do this little extra thing. Well, we have something called LRP, and it's a loyalty rewards program. And people who order 125 PV before the 15th of the month get a free oil every single month. Sometimes, well, we had a good run. What was it in 2020? Weren't they like all exclusive oils? 2020 or 2021, every oil was exclusive. That was so exciting.
Yes.
Well, we're back with an exclusive oil.
Yeah.
2020. It was so awesome. I love it when we have exclusive oils. Now, I'm gonna let you guys talk, I promise. But but the reason why we have exclusive oils isn't because like we're trying to make them like, I don't know. It is because of the sourcing. doTERRA is very responsible about our sourcing and making sure that things are sustainable. And some things you just can't keep all the time. When we're able to get it and we're able to have a large enough amount to offer out, that's how we get exclusive offers. Our LRP community is, the smallest community. So, and even of that, not everyone orders 125. So we're able to kind of snag these super good oils. What do you guys love most about red Mandarin? Anybody?
I'm all about, I love it when it's the exclusive oils, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. Getting the free oil is always a fabulous benefit, right? But I'll admit that there are some times if it's an oil that I have a bunch of already and I don't go through a whole lot in my household, I might look at my orders that month and I might skip it, right? I might end up not getting, but whenever it's an exclusive, absolutely, hands down, don't miss out on getting the exclusive oils because you're not going to be able to get it any other time. And you'll want them because you'll be amazed that suddenly there'll be an exclusive oil and you'll have it. And then all of a sudden there'll be recipes and things will be coming out and you'll really wish that you had it. So I absolutely go and get it. I have one here already.
Yeah, because they're the rare ones. Like when they're exclusive, like I said, it's because they're rare and hard to get. And you're right. Like I can't tell you, I mean, some things I have that I've had for years and years. I hold on to those little 5 mils when it's an exclusive oil, because like a birch or something, you know, it'll come up. I mean, and you need it. And then you're like, darn it. What was one? Remember forever, I was just dying to get the dill. Dill was like one that you could not get. And finally a friend, Tammy, gave it to me. She was like, here's a dill. Would you just quit complaining that you never got the dill? But I missed it, and I will never miss it again. When an exclusive comes up, I got to grab it. Diana, what's your favorite way to use your red mandarin?
Well, I had it, I got it as a gift in a little citrus Mother's Day set thing,
Mhm.
from Tammy. And I just absolutely loved it. I love that little set. I think it had like kumquat, red mandarin, and I can't remember the other one was yellow mandarin, maybe. I don't remember what the third one was, but oh my gosh, I loved it. And I used it in my diffuser all the time, in my water, or in recipes. And yeah, it's just, it has that beautiful uniqueness that's like so rich. You think you know what a mandarin might smell like, but
Mm.
no, this is really beautiful. It really is.
Yeah, what's cool is that we do have I like you mentioned it. It was the yellow mandarin, I believe, in that little kit that we got all those a couple years back. So red mandarin, yellow mandarin, and green mandarin are actually from the same plant. Obviously, they're just different levels of ripeness in the fruit, and all of them come from the fruit itself, the peel, the oil that's on that peel. But I love this. I want to find a chart. It's not here in my slides, unfortunately, but come and join one of our Facebook groups. We'll get it posted up for you, or reach out and email and we'll send it to you. But each of the stages of the mandarin have different chemical properties, because the plant requires the oils to protect them in different ways in different stages of its development. And so we get different benefits from it. You know, like it's like at one point it's trying to protect against insects. At another point, it's trying to lure things to eat it, right? It's just fascinating how it works. I think that it's so cool that we can use the same plant in so many different ways. And this is 3 different ways just from the rind of the fruit at different stages of ripeness, which is super cool. Okay, so let's talk about drinking it. How delicious is the red man?
It's fabulous. I have it in my water bottle right now. It's great.
It's so good. It's sweet, right? It has a nice sweetness to it.
It does, but it has a sweetness, but it is kind of, it's a richer sweetness, right? Because I'm not a big sweet person.
Mhm.
And yeah, it has wonderful, and it tastes very, to me, it tastes very different than it smells.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
does. How would you describe that difference? Like, because you're right. And I don't have mine right with me.
I
So
think for me, just the aroma of it
Mhm.
has, at least just, from the bottle, it has a sharpness to it.
Mhm.
And I think, it has that, it's, how like if you're zesting a citrus, right? If you get a little of the pith, and it
Mhm.
gives it that little bit of like sharp. So to me, there's a little bit of that in the aroma straight from the bottle, but you don't get that to me at all on the taste.
Yeah, I agree
It's
with that.
smoother. It's like it's smoother. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Smoother. That's a good word
Because
for
it
it.
hits you in the nose. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, so here it's talking about adding it to your juice, some tea, water, has fantastic digestive benefits. And then toners, we're going to talk about that for your skin, and those mists. We had a video that Beverly on our team and our community did a little bit ago, and you can find that on our channel, on the YouTube channel. But she talked about so many great recipes for doing facial and skincare mists. The red mandarin would be an awesome choice to add to one of those recipes, and substitute it out for one of the other citruses. That would be really, really cool. Sometimes we get these and a regular recipe doesn't call for something like it'll say, I can't think of a different substitute, but let's just say it'll say like cinnamon. But then you realize, oh, but if I only had cassia, right? How cassia would actually make it better. But with a lot of recipes, we try to keep it to the basic things that people can get all the time. So kind of like clementine versus wild orange, or, you know, back in the day. So with the red mandarin, you can kind of up your game a little bit on your citrus choice. Well, now that you're going to have it, right? Here's a great room spray. Again, that smell, like Joan was saying, it does have a sharpness. I think the lemon and the lime bring it, the lemon especially, our lemon is very sweet.
Yes.
It's so sweet. It's like a lemon drop. You know, the candy, like the sweetness of it. But this is really good. I like to have these different recipes. This is really refreshing. I think this would be nice even have you guys done the recipe where it's like a wrinkle release?
I have not.
Oh, Joan.
Well,
Let me
because
tell you.
I don't know.
You don't
I
want
don't care
wrinkles?
about wrinkles.
Right. Well, our stuff is always like, you know, in bins and stuff because of our lifestyle. Like, you know, I have these little wicker baskets and things don't fall. They just kind of get pushed in there.
Yeah.
And so all it is half vinegar and half water, and then whatever oils you like. So like we do a lot of the tree oils because we're big fans of that. It is unbelievable how quickly the wrinkles, they just fall out. You just do a little spray, put it on a hanger, and it looks like you pressed it. It's incredible. But the citruses, like this little, even this, the red mandarin, some lemon and lime would be amazing, as like just to kind of really freshen up something. You know how things can get kind of stale smelling in a drawer or a basket or whatever way. The floorboards of the car, who knows where that shirt has been before you pulled it out and sprayed it down. So, you know, it really does brighten and lighten things up. But for skin, Diana, you are a skin guru. What are your thoughts on skin and how to safely use? I know we have a lot of concerns about citruses and skin, and you know, what are your thoughts on great ideas for use for skin?
So I would use it, you know, on your skin in anything that's going to get rinsed off, as opposed to anything that you're going to leave on. So, this is something great to, make a cleanser with, or add to a cleanser, or to make a scrub with, or even to add to like, the clay mask that we already have, or to create your own clay mask. And of course, just do that in the afternoon or evening after peak sun hours, and then you have the whole rest of the night and everything to see the sun again. So you'll be safe. You should be perfectly safe. Yeah, the red mandarin's really good to help you even out the oiliness, and like help you with any kind of things that come up because you have an imbalance and too much oil. So plus it just smells amazing, and all citruses are really wonderfully cleansing and balancing for the skin. So any citrus that you want to add to a like cleanser of any kind, or like you said, even a facial mist or something, a toner type thing, you know, you're going to want to add it sparingly. And again, don't use it before you go out in the sun. Use it in the evening, like maybe before bed, or before like we were talking about how it's really nice to kind of settle down for the day and like know, okay, I'm not going anywhere this evening or going out on the town or doing anything necessarily. So I'm just going to take off all my makeup, you know, wash my face, and then, you know, do treatments on my face and on my skin to love on it, you know. So this would be a lovely thing for that, and for just like relaxation.
Yeah, I think that again, if you go and check out, well, Diana has incredible classes where she's talked about some wonderful recipes and protocols and ideas on how to safely use different natural solutions in our oils on your skin. And that one that the mists one, if it calls for a citrus in it, it's going to be a safe one because it's going to be an evening, or like Diana said, so you can feel pretty comfortable subbing out the one for the other. I love that idea of the clay mask.
I do too. I love the idea of just add, just for me, ease of use is put a squirt of our clay mask in the palm of my hand, a drop or two of red mandarin, and add that in, and
Yeah,
Woo,
that sounds really
have
nice.
fun. Yeah,
That's like a spa treatment right there.
it is.
I mean, really, really nice. Your skin's going to feel great. And the brightening, that like sparkle, it says right here, like that sparkle, it's detoxifying and it's cleansing. It really, brings that glow out.
And that mask is available again. It was not available for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
And it's back being available. So
and I love that mask. Boy, does it last a long time.
Great.
When you get one of those, it's great for feet, great for underarms, great for face, great for anywhere. But boy, that stuff, it's so nice and it holds up well. Like I've had one, the first one I had for a long time because I just hadn't used, I just didn't know how to use it really until Diana started doing all her really cool skincare classes. But it amazed me. It stayed, I don't know, fresh isn't the word, but the way that it's packaged, there's no air getting in there. And so it just stayed really well. So even if it's something that you don't do all the time, you can have that one and it goes a long way. It was really impressive. Diana, I'm sorry to go back to you, love, but what are your thoughts? We need you to help again, with your awesome emotional support, because a lot of people just don't use the oils in any other way except for diffusing and for emotional support, right? So we want to be sure and fill them in on why they need this one or how they can use it.
Yeah, for sure. So red mandarin is the oil of childlike perception. So, as we always say that citrus oils are uplifting, but red mandarin is helping your parents, anybody who's parenting of any kind, to feel less overwhelmed and to not feel like they're letting anyone down in what they're doing in their day-to-day parenting, and just bringing back that wonder, and the joy. And so it just encourages you to remember the innocence of childhood and accept, that things are changing, and to kind of capture the moment right now, and really focus on beauty and enjoyment and just like seeing the world through a child's eyes, which is, that of just newness and wonder. So, I mean, who couldn't use that?
Yeah.
Right. Possibility. Exactly. So yeah, just, the joy in those moments, that positive perception, of what's going on around you, and just being more open to that, just being more open to joy coming into your day, into that moment. And, it's wonderful to use in a diffuser blend. And as we were saying earlier, we have this one coming up later. It actually mentions harvest spice for mixing with diffuser blends and mixing together. So myrrh, frankincense, serenity, neroli, ylang-ylang, green mandarin, and harvest spice are recommended for use with the red mandarin. And it just, when you can get it in your zone, in wherever you're hanging around, whatever oil it is, diffused, it just makes you feel good. It just does. So
nice. I love that idea of mixing it with the harvest spice. But I love harvest spice. Thank you so much, Diana. This is really, really helpful. I don't remember ever knowing, I'm sure you've told me this before, but now I'm even more excited about it because I really like that idea of thinking with, I don't know, hopeful possibility, or instead of, you know what I mean? Instead of like,
yes,
it's just a positive outlook.
Yes.
That's just
a recipe.
Oh, you have a recipe?
I found a yummy recipe to share. It's a food recipe. So and this is great for any kind of seasonal yummies that you're finding. So blood oranges, if you have blood oranges in blood orange season, you can make a parfait with blood orange and red mandarin. You're just going to put in 1 blood orange. Obviously, you're going to supreme it. You're not going to have peel and all that stuff, right? You're just going to have the meaty, yummy stuff. And 2 cups of yogurt, whatever kind of yogurt you like. Half a cup of granola, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, and 3 to 4 drops of red mandarin, and just create, you know, just like a really beautiful little layering effect, and garnish it with, you know, with mint, and garnish it with maybe a orange slice, you know, on top. But like, I don't know if you can see it. It's very small, but I'll share it on our group. It's just a little, it's like one of those stemless wine cups, but with the,
nice.
with like the layers in it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so just mix that citrus in, you know. So many people love to use, you know, the wild orange, the lemon, you know, any kind of citrus in their yogurt, because it just adds that perfect little hint of sweetness, you know, that burst of flavor that kind of just makes it delicious without having to add sugar.
Yeah, without having to go put a little honey or you know, maple syrup, or I don't know, different things that people do. But that sounds delicious. So definitely reach out to Diana, and she'll send you the recipe. She'll send you that information right over. So let's talk now about our Helichrysum. So we're getting some Helichrysum this month. That is how you say it, by the way. Everybody always asks that one. What is yeah, it's like Albuquerque, right? It's the one that people are like, what? So Helichrysum is an amazing oil. It is powerful. It is beautiful. It is delicious. It is all of these things. I think of Helichrysum right off the bat. For me, it is all about scrapes, bumps, bleeding, boo-boos, right? Helping with bruising, bleeding, cleansing, and support for scrapes and scratches, like I said. So as soon as somebody gets hurt, you know, a little Helichrysum and then some Correct-X, and they're off and running. It's just a fantastic oil. Remind me later when we're talking to share one of the ways that we used it that was just awesome. But how do you get this, and what's the deal? Basically, you can order this any way you like. You can order it on LRP. You can order it direct. You can order it retail. You can order it any way you like, and you're going to get 10% off of it this month, which is just a fantastic deal. Like I said, I've never seen it go on sale. It is one of our rarer, you know, more powerful oils, hence the 5 ml size. Yeah, it's just incredible a tool. So I love this here, that applying with cypress to promote leg vein health. I think that sounds.
I got cypress last month.
Yeah. So you've got your cypress.
Yeah.
Now you've got some Helichrysum, and you're off and running, right? Also really good, you know, Helichrysum for people if you did end up getting a little too much sun at some point in your summer fun, really healing to the skin. You know, a little Helichrysum goes a long way. Add it to a little spray, and you'll get some wonderful support that way. I love adding it with the geranium to promote liver, skin, and nerve health. That sounds fantastic. I'm sure my liver, skin, and nerves could use a little bit more support. So throw this one in to the blend, right? You know, hey. So, oh, right here, it says sun exposure. See, look at that right there. All right. So what are you guys' favorite ways to use it? How do you guys use Helichrysum?
I use it in facial care, right? So it's in my sort of everyday face blend that I put together is in there, and I actually recently was out of the non-diluted, so I've been using the touch in there, right? So I'm excited to snag up some bottles, probably multiple, at the discount here this month. But yeah, that's why I use it. And then certainly any scrape, cut, bleeding, you know, if you've got a little scrape or scratch and it's bleeding a little bit, put some Helichrysum on there. It is amazing. Just amazing.
It really is. It's like instant.
Yeah.
Instant.
It's great. So definitely, I mean, it's a wonderful one to have. on hand. And it is one of those where I was actually, this Helichrysum is the first oil I bought with points.
Nice.
Because, right, I mean,
expensive.
it's a pricier, it's on the pricier end of the spectrum, right? It's not a lemon, but it's so very powerful. And so I had bought it with points the first time. And because, you know, it's like, ooh, that's expensive, but okay, I'll use my points. But now then once you start using it and you start really incorporating it into your routines and you realize how far that little 5 ml goes, right? Because you're not using much of it at all.
Yeah, it really goes a long way. And every recipe I've ever seen with it calls for very little because it's powerful, you know, it's powerful. I like that. What is it that you do? Because I remember you've shared with us before, because you do a very streamlined skin blend. Can you share that just so that people have that?
And it varies a little bit depending on sort of what I have and what I might be out of, but just the basic is usually Helichrysum, frankincense, the Immortelle roller, a drop of geranium, and a drop of the Yarrow Palm Nutritive Duo. And so that's my just general morning, evening pat on after I've washed my face.
I love that. So you're rolling on the Immortelle on your palm.
Well, yeah. So I'll do usually, because what I'll do, especially like recently, I've been using a frankincense roller and a Helichrysum roller, and those are both in the Immortelle, right? And so what I'll do is I'll put one right in the middle, right? Like I might put Helichrysum right there, and then so as not to cross contaminate, then the frankincense goes like around the outside, right? Nice. And then the Immortelle goes with both, right? And then it blends all together. And then I put the drop of geranium, the drop of yarrow palm,
and go.
There you go.
That's awesome. I knew there was. That's such an awesome idea. I love it. It's so easy. It's so easy, and I love you contaminating, not wanting that.
I know, right? I don't want the Helichrysum and the frankincense to mix.
Right. In your roller ball. That's the issue, right? The roller ball. The mix. That's what you're saying. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But you know, with just the drops, then you can just put a drop and drop, you know, put a little Immortelle, drop of Helichrysum, drop of frankincense, drop of geranium, drop of the yarrow palm.
I love that. It's so easy. So nice. And you do it morning and night. That's fantastic. Yeah. So it's I don't know. I just love it. It's definitely one of the oils that I think of as a like toolbox oil. Like for us traveling, like of course I'm bringing Helichrysum. You know, it has to come. It has to. Yeah. It's just it's in our first aid kit. Like it's that type of super oil. But then I love that we can use it in ways like skincare and reducing blemishes and the, you know, the looks of those old you know, spots on the face and such. It's just an awesome tool. Here's a really great recipe to share. You can screenshot it, whatever, for razor relief. So if you get a bit of razor burn, you know, you're someone whose just skin is really sensitive to things like that, you can make this little pump bottle and be able to, you know, you can do a spray too, but I like a little pump, you know, and then put it wherever it is that you're having these issues with. So a great, and at the end of the day, you could use this for so many types of skin relief, right? Not just a razor burn. I mean, look at that. You got frankincense, lavender, tea tree, myrrh, along with your Helichrysum. It's just, I think it's awesome. So take that, enjoy it. Diana, should we share a little bit of thoughts on the emotional benefits of Helichrysum?
Yes. Well, I also just want to say that Helichrysum is for skin is one of our main things in its arsenal, is that it's really helpful for any kind of redness. So any kind of redness, or if you're working on like some really long standing like things like stretch marks or things like that, or creases in the skin, you want to use your Helichrysum because it's really helpful for that. So obviously we just love it. It's a beautiful oil. So Helichrysum is the oil of emotional pain. So it is an amazing healer of emotional pain. Like it stitches up your skin, it stitches up your heart's wounds as well. So it's really wonderful for that. So anybody who wants more spiritual support, who feels wounded, who feels that things are feeling very difficult and hard to endure, then you want to get some Helichrysum into your life and enjoy what it brings to you, which is to restore your confidence and allow you to carry on, as well as guiding you through difficulty. And really, your emotional wounds can be healed. You can get a transformation and a rebirth by really working on facing it with courage and determination and with hope that things happen, but that's the past. And being able to just forgive yourself is really what's the key here. Whatever your part was in it, you own that, and you can just move on, because you don't want to live in the state of anguish, and despair. You want to live in the state of transforming and persevering and regaining your hope and healing. So yeah, it's wonderful with actually lots of different oils, but I think it would be lovely with some lime and Siberian fir in the diffuser, and or peppermint too, because that's the buoyant heart. So, or ginger even, it would be great with ginger too. So yeah, so you just can put it over your heart. Like sometimes if you're in touch with your body and you're feeling a feeling, you could feel where in your body that feeling is kind of like causing some tightness. So just put the oil directly on that for emotional support. And so you can just put it right onto your heart, as well as using it in your diffuser and using it to progress and feel like, you could do this. You can go on. You've made it through so far. You can keep going. So those are some really beautiful blends too. I like the idea of the cypress and the marjoram. That really sounds so good to me.
I know that does too. All of those sound good to me. Yeah.
Olive really likes Helichrysum, our dog. I don't know if you can hear her. She's chiming in on it. I see you. She wants in here. She wants to sit with us. But Joan, I was, as Diana was talking, I was thinking about the work that you do in your yoga practice and with people recovering from breast cancer, or through the process with that, or anywhere in a yoga practice. It feels like this could be a really wonderful oil to bring into your practice. I mean, not you specifically, but you know what I mean? In a
Yes. Yeah, it really is. And it's giving me ideas, and I'll have to look at ways that I can bring that in, incorporate it. Absolutely.
Yeah, even in the diffuser maybe, because you can kind of like broad spectrum dose the room.
When I'm in a room with people, but
Yeah. Well, when that happens, yeah. But yeah, that seems like I could see that being really a lovely addition to anyone yoga practice or meditation, or even just bedtime sort of calming, support.
Yeah, I like that, especially that wind down. Helichrysum and lavender.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think it would be nice with a little frankincense and the tulsi.
Yeah.
Would be really a nice combination too. You kind of bring in all this. I don't know. Those are like hug me oils. That's what I think of them as. That just wrapping yourself in that emotional and spiritual support. It's just really, really nice. So wow, that's really nice. So 10% off on her this month. Just such a fantastic oil. This is one that I am so grateful to have. every time we have to go for it, every time I need to reach for it to use, it's one that I'm just like, oh, thank God I have this. And oh, how I wish I had it all the sooner in my family's life, from the time they were babies all the way forward. I could just imagine the ways to use this. I did say I was going to share one way that we used it, and this is not kid specific, it is animal specific, because you can use Helichrysum so beautifully with animals when they get wounds and boo-boos and so on. We had a duck we also had a drake duck, which is, the male duck, who just attacked her really bad. And I mean, cut into the back of her neck, to the point where you could see the bone in the back of her neck. And I just thought, I mean, birds are notorious for just stress of any sort. They're just, they sneeze and they can die, or they live through crazy stuff. Well, she lived, and the way that we did it was we made a spray with Helichrysum and sprayed it into the wound, and then added Correct-X. My husband, I know you guys have heard this story, but my husband made a little sock because we couldn't figure out how to bandage it, so he cut a little sock, and she wore like a little turtleneck hood. But do like that duck, you can't tell which duck of the two it was. Like, she healed beautifully. This is also really useful for if you are dealing with an animal with a cut on their paw, on goats when you do the dehorning, if you do that, just so many ways. So it is safe to use with your animals. Check with, you can go on to Dr. Janet Rourke's. She has a Facebook group. She has, I think, a YouTube channel as well. She has wonderful information. Always check about safety with animals, guys. So, use that, double check that safety. But if you have questions, reach out. I can send you what we've used and what, the advice that I have simply from our own personal experience. Obviously I'm not a vet, but there are a lot of people out there who can help with that. And it's just, we have used it with our animals, I think, just as much as we've used it with our kids with great results, really. It's hard with animals to keep a wound clean. They struggle with that because you can't tell them, don't do this, don't do that. So having a way to kind of get something to, like Diana said, stitch up quickly or close up in a quicker fashion, it's a game changer when it comes to things getting worse. So a powerful tool, powerful oil to have. Anyway, so on to new topic. Who's excited about the after sun spray?
Very excited.
We really wanted to do a spray. We wanted to do a sun care video. I think we even mentioned it last month when we were doing our thing, but then everything sold out and it was like, well, crud. So we're still going to do it, right? We're still going to do it because things will be coming back into stock now. But boy, have we been loving our sun care line. It has been, I'm just so happy to have found something that is easy to use, that has really good coverage, and that I know isn't going to be harmful to us in other ways, as far as like concerns about toxicity and such. Diana, you've done a lot of research and we talked about it a lot last month. What are your thoughts on this after sun restorative body mist? Are you excited about this one?
Yeah, I love this because whether you feel like you got too much sun or not, your skin still responds to that UV exposure in a myriad of different ways. So some of it is like a dehydration and compression of the skin, and other is that it has aging and to your skin. So it changes that texture of your skin. It can make your skin rougher and more like kind of leathery, thicker, so you really want to take care not to overdo it. And you also want to make sure that when you're out of, we're like, enjoy while you're there and enjoy all the sun things. Don't overdo it, but then afterwards you can give yourself this wonderful treatment, which aloe vera is one of the main things that just instantly will cool and soothe and just coat the skin really evenly. Just the property that it has is just to really coat very quickly and without a hassle. It has that hyaluronic acid, which is what is key to keeping the moisture in. So once you get the moisture on your skin and your skin is absorbing it, you want to keep it in and not have it like evaporating out. So when you've been hot out there in the sun, your skin stays hot and it evaporates anything you put onto it. So that's the key ingredient that will keep all of this on, as well as the green tea, which is very soothing and calming, and the vitamin E. And then of course the essential oils are the ones that, in all our DIY sprays, this is what we recommend you to add, right? We recommend you to add the copaiba, the lavender, the peppermint, the helichrysum, and the frankincense, because all of those just absolutely are gentle as well as soothing for your skin in most situations. So this is like, this is just a lovely thing that maybe even could be a treat when you're not out in the sun. I think that it would be a lovely thing just to have in your repertoire, just to have at home. And anytime you are, just feeling like your skin needs a little bit extra, cooling and relaxation, there it is. Like, I think it would be a wonderful kind of little mini spa moment there with it too. So
it sounds like it would be really good to do after a shower.
Yeah.
To really get good. I think this should just be, sometimes when we, I don't know, label or market things in a certain way, it's easy to only think of them in that way. I mean, for those of us in New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, California, like these places where the sun just really is, like you said, I mean, the aging properties alone, the damage that can happen to your skin just from being in that, doing something like this on the regular seems like a really good idea. Even if you weren't at the pool all day.
Right.
Right. And it can be an after wind spray too.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
An after wind spray. That's amazing. Yes. Boy, think of that. How much does that dry you out? Gosh, that wind. But yeah, I'm super excited about it. I mean, if you had
Feel like you've been in a sandstorm.
Yes.
You got your microdermabrasion. Now you can put your
the natural microdermabrasion of a New Mexico's windstorm. Yeah, just stand out there. So yeah, I know that I'm assuming, I don't know if it's with this particular bottle, but the spray that is for the sunscreen, if you will, right? The spray version of it, it does come out hard and fast from that bottle. Okay. I do like that it is that it's like you can hold the bottle in any direction and it sprays the same, which is really, really nice. But boy, it comes out. So I mean, you could do this like and be done. But I think they're going to change that a little bit. So do you guys, is it with this bottle or is it going to come?
I think it might be with this one as well. I don't know yet. So I don't have it yet, but
yeah. So until we try it.
Yeah, I do want to point out,
it's a wide spray. It covers a lot.
Like I said earlier, you just line up your family, like kind of like how geese fly, and do a spray. That way you don't waste any, right? But I do want to point out, it is important to note that there is a limit of 1 per account right now. Yes. So go ahead and throw one in there, then hopefully it'll last till next month. You can throw another one in there. It'll become more available, guys. It's just, when we get a new product, let me tell you, it goes so fast. And we have been waiting for a skincare line that has to do with sun damage and preventative sun damage, or preventing sun damage for forever, right?
Yes.
And so people have been like ready to pounce, and boy, did they pounce on the skincare line. So
the spray is still available.
I love that the spray is still available.
The spray is still available. So if you do want to try one of the sunscreen products, you can
gotta tell you, the spray
pick that up. The spray is great. Just be aware it's a hard spray and it covers a large area.
By hard, she means like a lot comes out fast. Like you're like, wow, that is serious. But I like the spray. I think the spray is my favorite for like, because I feel like it's just like we can go.
Yeah.
Like, let's just, all right, let's do, and then go. Like I can remember to use it. It's easy. In fact, it's in my car because like for where we are now, we're driving and sometimes we're like, wow, that looks beautiful. Let's go out and check it out. And I just like knowing like if they decide, recently we were somewhere and there was people jumping off these things into the water and the kids were like, I want to do it. So, you know, shorts came off and off they ran. And it's nice to, I had it right there and it's easy. Done. You know, the spray, I don't know why the spray is still available. I
Yeah.
maybe had more of it in stock, but that spray is awesome. It's so easy to use and you get great coverage. I like with the lotion too, you really can tell where you've put it and boy, it sucks in
Yeah.
really fast, you know, really, really cool. You know, you don't get those streaks later on because you think you covered and you didn't. Anyway, super excited for this. Glad it's finally here. And yeah, I'm grabbing mine. I'm excited about it. I'm really excited to use it just even for the anti-aging.
Yeah. I think it's
You
just going to
know,
be a great all around spray
Yeah.
to use, moisturizing body
Mhm.
spray.
You can go back and forth between your beautiful and your, you know, after sun,
Exactly.
you know, just back and forth. I'm excited to see how it smells. You know, like what's the dominant? I wonder how much the peppermint is playing in there, right? Might be a wake you up. So maybe not before bed. You might be like, hey, you know, wide awake, ready to go. Okay, so let's talk about this super crazy, talk about a season switch. So you've been to the beach or you just live in the desert. Now you're going to go into fall. I love this blend so much. I love our holiday blends that we do, you know, the holiday joy and the holiday
Peace.
thank you, peace. But the harvest ones that we do for the fall are just fantastic. I'm excited to see what we get this year because clearly we're getting something different, right? Because we still have some harvest spice and we're allowed to buy it now. This is another thing that's exclusive. You can only get it in the fall. Think pumpkin spice latte if you're one of those people, but oils. So this beautiful combination to me, and Diana said I'm year round too. Diana's year round on it, right? This one and the holiday peace are the ones that I just can never get it because the peace one is a bit more tree-like, if I remember, and the joy is a bit more like you've been baking holiday stuff,
Yeah.
right? This one though is sort of like this nice, it just feels, it's that starting to feel like cozying into home. You know, it's like, oh, I want to make my house all cozy. I can't wait to, you know, hang up all the fall stuff everywhere. Cinnamon bark, clove, eucalyptus, cedarwood, cassia, and nutmeg, all in this blend. 15 mil. I love that it's 24.50 and it's 24.5 PV. I said my son's LRP this month. It's all harvest spice. You can get 5 of them. And it is while supplies last. I'm sorry, I already did get 5. I was like, I did a post today on our Facebook group. I'm like, did you hear me screaming all the way from Canada how excited I am about this coming out? Because I was just like, wait a minute, well, we're already getting fall and doTERRA, yes. So, Diana, you're a big fan, right?
I am.
Yeah. So you're using it. You have it right now in your diffuser.
I do. I have it right now. It's like an instant, just like pick me up. It just makes you feel so good. And just like you can see that there's like those warming spices in it, like, you know, but it doesn't just smell like that. That eucalyptus is like a very like brightening and penetrating, helps you like really breathe it in really nicely. And then the cedarwood is like a mellow, soft, you know, plus the nutmeg is just kind of sweet too. So that's,
Yeah.
and the cassia adds that sweetness to it. And yeah, I just love it. But yeah, I also have the emotional benefits here. It
Ooh.
is the oil of belonging, harvest spice. helps you to foster warmth and togetherness and deepens the joy of belonging. It really helps you to be more present and aware when you're gathered with the people who matter the most. And, you know, we're kind of still in the separation reunion phase, you know, in life right now with all of the stuff that has been going on. And so, you know, when you're there and you don't know when you'll see that person again, wonderful, you know, really feel that joyousness in that reunion. And so it instills that joy of community, reminds you to embrace the sweetness of the connection. And it really, you know, helps you to also have that balance of interaction that is not about being over involved or, you know, withdrawn. So it just really helps you to be there where you are and not be blocked off with that, and just to have some gratitude and gratefulness for where you are right at the moment. So yeah, it's perfect.
You get a lot it from this blend too. If you look at that, the cinnamon bark, clove, eucalyptus, cedarwood, cassia, I mean, these are also really good for helping with respiratory health, with helping with supporting sort of a healthy air environment. As we change seasons, what a great thing to have going in that time when people tend to come down with, you know, we've all been focused on the big one, but you know, common cold's still going around, guys, and the regular flus are still going around and things. So yeah, it's a great tool to have going in your diffuser for that reason. And Diana, you said with the red mandarin, it's really good.
It's so good with the red mandarin. I had those two together. Like, you know, when I first got the harvest spice, I still had some red mandarin left, and I was just like, I'm gonna try the red mandarin. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I just left them next to my diffuser, and that was what I did, like day after day, because I just loved the way it was. It was just like the perfect counterpoint. But you can add orange, you can add tangerine, you can add some clementine if you have the clementine. Like it just really brings in that extra, like, you know, citrusy thing, which is the only thing that's missing in this blend. And so, you know, if you don't want it like too sweet with the wild orange, you can do different types of citrus, and it will really just brings out just the spiciness even more. And these oils that are in this blend are some of the oils that we use in the cheer blend, and that's really, really why they're super supportive to you emotionally, to bring you out of, you know, just being bummed out and being kind of hiding out from everybody and not wanting to do stuff. Get yourself some harvest spice, and you'll stop feeling like that.
Am I right in that because of the eucalyptus, this one is not for internal use? Do you have yours near you, Diana?
Right.
Yeah,
Eucalyptus and the cedarwood.
And the cedarwood, So so while it smells delicious, we're not going to eat this one, guys. Okay.
Don't
so,
put this in your water.
But you can use it topically, or like, you know, in your, like, you know, what Joan always is like so brilliant in her use of all these ones that are not for internal use. She does all these room sprays and all these cleaning sprays. So she like has like seasonal, like super fun. That sounds so fun. I love that.
Oh yeah. I love that. It's like, what is that? Mrs. Myers, you know, the like cleaning spray things that like they do, like, oh, it's this season, it's that season. But you know, really it is, I mean, people get excited. I get excited, you know, I mean, I'm a little addicted to the abode. I love the way that one smells in my cleaning. But you know, when I'm just making a like whatever one, if maybe, but adding something that speaks to the season or the mood, you know, it's really fun. It's a fun way to make your cleaning routine and to change, you know, the way your house smells and how it feels. And this one has the added benefit of having some power hitting antiviral, yes, I said it, oils. I mean, the cinnamon bark and clove are just fantastic. So you're going to get some cleaning power from this puppy. Yeah. Joan, anything to add on Harvest Spice?
I will give it a try, my diffuser with red mandarin. Because I'm not, I mentioned we were talking earlier, and
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of Harvest Spice.
Yeah.
I'm just not, right? It's interesting because we all have those blends or whatever that we fall for, and it, we're all unique, and for whatever reason, I don't love it, but I'm gonna try it with red mandarin. And who knows, maybe I'll toss one on my order this month.
Yeah, it'll ship you
It's
right
not
there.
that time yet, but you can also drop a little bit in lotion if you're having like really cold hands or really cold feet.
Nice.
And then just
Yeah.
put some, socks or gloves or mittens over and just kind of get warmed back up in your extremities if you're feeling that. So
Cinnamon. Oh, yes. I'm
Nice.
excited. I'm like, it's fall. Bring on
I'm
fall.
very excited for fall. I'm ready. I am beyond ready for fall. Yeah.
Oh, I bet. Joan's sitting over there waiting for her air conditioning man to show up to fix the house. So she's like, I don't want to talk about hot and cold feet right now, people.
I know, right?
I'm still needing the after sun cool down spray. You need the peppermint body spray, right?
I do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, funny. So I do want to touch on that. Yes, you can still customize your own enrollment kit. So what is an enrollment kit? This is basically, look, you can open an account, $35, right? Just open up your account and you're off and running. And you're getting 25% off of everything that you order for an entire year for that, which is just awesome. But a lot of times what happens is people want to start with a certain amount of oils or supplements, or they're focused on one. Maybe you get headaches, or maybe a sleep or respiratory health. Something is that you're trying to like get a solution for. When you put together a collection of tools to work on that, if your order hits 150 PV, then you get that $35 fee waived, which is just awesome. Also, your shipping is waived. You're just getting started, and you do get that 25% off for an entire year. So if you don't feel like you fit into one of the groups of already created enrollment kits, this is a way for you to get your own, and this would have saved me $35 because I didn't get a kit when I started. And it would have, hey, $35, I could have got a couple more oils. So that's how I think of it. Why not put that $35 towards some more product instead of just a fee, right? So this is great. You can do this for the rest of the month. If you have questions about how to do it, if you already have a wellness advocate, work with them. Otherwise, reach out to us and we'll help you figure it out if this is the best way for you to go or not, right? There's a lot of different little I don't know, how would you describe that? Like how there's so many different ways that you can order.
Yeah,
It's not tricks, but what is that?
It can be overwhelming, right? If you just go to the website for the first time and you're trying to figure out like what you might want. So absolutely talk to one of us or your wellness advocate, whoever you know, right? Or feel comfortable with. Talk to us, because it may be that maybe there's some kits that would work for you that maybe are not enrollment kits, and then you could customize that a little bit, add some other things to it, or just do a straight pick just the things that you want as individual things and bundle them all together into a customized kit. But yeah, there's a number of different ways. There's all kinds of different things, and diffuser bundles and
working with someone who's just knowledgeable of sort of the ins and outs of what is what you're really going to get, it's just going to save you money. And that's our goal, is to just make sure that you're getting exactly what you need, no more, no less, for the price that works for you. So feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions on anything that we talked about today. We will have our email addresses listed for you, but definitely get out there, take advantage, get the red mandarin for free, get the Helichrysum for 10% off, get your after sun spray, and by all means, don't listen to Joan, go get the Harvest Spice.
Exactly. Don't listen to me on Harvest Spice. Just
I'm
get it.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we will hopefully be back before September 1st, but you know, we shall see. So have a great rest of your day, everyone.
Wait, Diana's got one more thing to say.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Go, Diana, go.
Sorry, on that customized enrollment kit, I just wanted to say to people that if you are doing your customized enrollment kit, we have diffusers that are paired with oils that you can just grab and throw on there, and then you'll have your way to, and they have the oils with them. So don't miss out on that, because you're going to love that. Each of them has a special pairing of different oils. The smaller diffusers, or are just like one oil, but some of them have two. So don't skip that section, because then you'll be able to use your oils fully once you have your diffuser as well. So, and then the other thing is, I do have a couple of new people on who just joined. So if you joined in July, you can set up an LRP for August. You're set. So if you just joined this month, then you need to wait till September. But if you just got started in July, at the end of July, LRP it up.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you do and you place, I think it's 100 PV order, you're gonna get $50 or 50 points, which it works in doTERRA world as dollars in the following month for free, which is a lot of stuff for free. So there's great benefit, and that's what I mean, like exactly what Diana was just saying. And now that I'm adding, it's like, okay, wait a minute, now it's just too much information, and like you can like I'm not saying you were Diana, I'm saying that like you know what I mean? That's why you work with a wellness advocate, because we can show you these things and be like, okay, here's step 1, step 2, let's break it down for you. And I don't mean to make it overcomplicated, but hey, if you got it, roll. But if not, ask for help and we'll help you, right?
Yeah, we're here.
Exactly, we're here. That's what we do. Anyway, thank you, Diana. Thank you, Joan. This has been a blast. I love seeing you ladies.
Yes.
And have a wonderful rest of August, everyone. Bye.
Bye.